WITN brings you new programming. Former President Bill Clinton visits Wilmington for a good cause, and the city and county are debating their proposed budgets. All of that and more as Update News starts now. Mayor Dennis Williams has unveiled his plans for city projects and how to fund them for the new fiscal year that begins in July. In an address to Wilmington residents and city council members, the mayor proposed a 9.9% property tax increase to help fund his $210.1 million budget.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I hope to have a conversation with you about the state of our city. Our charge is to uplift Wilmington. We are committed to building a thriving city where families prefer to live, where educational opportunities for our youth are plentiful, where our communities are safe, and our businesses are happy to invest in the future of our citizens. If we work together, we can accomplish all of this.
Revenue from the tax increase would give the city an additional $3.6 million annually. That money would go towards debt payments, animal control, and the rising cost of employee benefits.
Forced to choose between eliminating city services through massive layoffs or raising tax revenue, I made a gut-wrenching decision. The decision to raise revenue through taxes is never easy. No mayor wants to do this unless he's crazy or her crazy. In leadership positions, you make difficult decisions. It must be made. Tonight, I reluctantly propose a 9.9 property tax increase for council's consideration. The increase will add $6.54 to the monthly average property tax bill. The property tax adjustment will allow us to avoid cutting precious services that the people depend on.
City residents last faced a rise in property taxes in 2011 when homeowners were assessed a 10% increase. The average Wilmington homeowner would pay an additional $78 a year for a home valued at $45,000, increasing the yearly property tax bill to $871. The mayor has also proposed an 8% increase in water and sewer rates and a 7% increase to stormwater utility rates. Williams said the increases are necessary to support high-priority initiatives, which are essential to becoming financially self-sustained and environmentally sound. During his address, Mayor Williams touted some of the successes over the past year, including progress in youth, neighborhood, and economic development.
Wilmington's future is bright, but don't take my word for it. Ask the businesses that are investing in our city. Westin Hotel, small business owners, Jerry's Artorama, Latin Fusion, The Kitchen, Entree Donovan, Lafia, opening and bringing new life to our communities. The expansion of Dane's Deli, Dunkin' Donuts, Salad Master, all in the Hercules building. Woodlawn Trustees will be a 450 new house project over the next 10 years built in the city of Wilmington. Capital One purchased the Wilmington Trust building, putting more employees into that building. Looking at another site in downtown Wilmington where we may potentially get another 500 to 700 employees. Newly renovated Wilmington Library, Wilmington Trolley. Don't believe me, just go out there and see what's going on.
Not unexpectedly, the mayor said that no issue has been more challenging than that of public safety. Touting the new sector and downtown deployment plans that have gone into effect, Williams said crime has decreased in compared to the same point last year.
The good news is, this time last year, we had 27 shooting incidents. This year, we have 20. This time last year, there were 29 shooting victims. This year, there are 21. In our targeted high crime areas, we have seen a 60% decrease in shooting incidents. We still have work to do, but we continue to see progress.
In the mayor's capital improvement program and budget, which covers the 6-year span of fiscal years 2015 to 2020, over $210 million is to be spent adding, upgrading, or restoring the public facilities that service the city. A bulk of that proposal, $120.4 million, will be used for water and sewer projects. Mayor Williams, noting that some of the pipes under the city are over 100 years old, has said that replacing the antiquated pipe system is capital program's main goal. $41 million is being proposed for street paving and reconstruction projects, and replacement of fire equipment along with other public safety improvements are also in the proposal. Funding for the capital program budget is through general obligation bonds that are repaid by the city over a 20-year period. Through the month of April, the Wilmington City Council will be reviewing the mayor's proposed budget in a series of meetings that will be televised live here on WITN Channel 22. Council members will hear from city department heads and review the plans for funding the city in the upcoming fiscal year. Here is the schedule for the live hearings, and WITN will repeat each meeting throughout the weeks ahead. By law, the new budget must be approved by council before it can take effect on July 1st. Newcastle County Executive Tom Gordon also presented his yearly budget to County Council live here on WITN. Gordon's $172.7 million budget includes no plans for a tax increase for the county's residents.
Tonight, I am happy to report to County Council that we have entered the final quarter of 2014 fiscal year. We have erased the $2 million deficit and, in fact, we're in a position to close the books with an $8 million surplus. Thank you. Thank you. A financial turnaround that represents $10 million swing. While we are proud of this surplus, I'm sure Mr. Smiley will tell you, we must not overcommit these funds until we see a long-term recovery. The prudent thing is to prepare our balance sheet so that if the economy should stall again, we can maintain our staff and service level. We'll proceed with cautious optimism, but with responsible management principles. We are pleased to announce that tonight we're making history. This will be the 10th year in office and my 10th year budget presented to taxpayers of Newcastle County, and my 10th proposal for a no property tax increase.
The proposed budget is $5.2 million more than the current fiscal year, but county officials are estimating an $8.4 million surplus for the current fiscal year. Among the items to be considered by county council members who will hold public meetings to deliberate the budget are plans for a new library just south of the city and over $8 million in improvements to Rockwood, Glasgow, and Carousel parks. You may have noticed over the past month, WITN has debuted a number of new shows and initiatives. Channel 22 has partnered with Philadelphia's Mind TV to bring you a fresh approach to public media. The unique Mind program format features hundreds of original 5-minute programs. Each of these programs will focus on social issues, global citizenship, community building, and other important stories. Many of these programs have been produced by or in partnership with community members. A new half-hour episode will air every 2 weeks here on Channel 22. And you can see the show every day at 12:30 p.m. For more information, visit www.mindtv.org. First is a partnership between WITN TV 22 and WHYY TV. Originally produced by and airing every Friday on WHYY Channel 12, the half-hour public media news magazine rebroadcasts on Channel 22 throughout the week. First, which airs every morning at 9:30, explores issues ranging from the economy and education to the arts and culture that make up the first state. Issues is WITN's newest program. Airing every morning at 9 a.m., it is a monthly roundtable discussion program that explores the concerns and subjects affecting Wilmington and you, the people who live and work here. Each show will bring together individuals from different backgrounds in an attempt to shed a light on all sides of an issue. All programs on Channel 22 run at various times each evening, giving city residents an opportunity to see all that WITN has to offer. You may also notice a new symbol at the bottom of some of our programs. It is part of an outreach program that we here at Channel 22 have undertaken to focus on education. Throughout the year, WITN will bring you stories and programs which share the goal of stressing the important role education plays in everyone's life. Wilmington has a distressing dropout rate among its school children, and Channel 22, along with the Wilmington City Council, are making an effort to reverse this trend. Every time you see the logo below, you will know that the story you are watching is an important educational issue.
In coming here, you will also learn more and more about a remarkable continent that has dozens of countries. I always go crazy when I hear people talk about Africa as if it were a coherent place. It's a highly complex, endlessly fascinating, occasionally maddening collection of countries struggling as we are here in America toward a very new future.
Former President Bill Clinton spoke to more than 1,200 attendees at the annual Opportunity Africa Conference hosted by Senator Chris Coons at the Chase Center on the riverfront. The day-long conference brought Delaware businesses, faith communities, and individuals together with top experts on Africa to share insights on trade opportunities and issues including human rights challenges, sustainable development, food, security, and global health.
My belief is that we live in an interdependent world that is full of possibilities. That's basically what got all of you in those chairs today. That the world we live in, however, is being severely constrained by too much inequality in access to education, health care, employment, training, capital. That it is being constrained by too much insecurity in terms of vulnerability to terror, to internal armed conflicts as we see throughout the African continent.
Senator Coons began the conference 2 years ago with the intention of uniting Delawareans focused on the continent and bringing in experts to speak on the opportunities and challenges of a 21st century Africa.
My goal always had been to pull together a group of folks to have a conversation about what Africa means to us, about how we connect with the continent, and about how we connect with each other. And we have extraordinary people here with us today, from business, from academia, from philanthropy, from the faith community, from the government and nonprofit sectors, together because of their common interest in and passion for the opportunities presented by the continent of the 21st century, the continent of Africa.
Mayor Williams and members of City Council, including Council President Theo Gregory, have rededicated a newly refurbished Peter Spencer Plaza. The plaza, which has undergone a nearly $1 million facelift, sits across from the Lewis L. Redding City-County building on French Street. Named in honor of Peter Spencer, who founded the first independent African-American church in the United States, the site was home to the Mother AUMP Church from 1813 to 1970 and is currently the gravesite of Peter Spencer and his wife, Ann's.
I'm honored to be here for this rededication. We are so fortunate and blessed to have had a visionary and just a leader such as Peter Spencer, someone who went on the edge or the precipice of doing what was right and actually crossed that edge and that precipice. We need these kind of folk in order to move our community forward. Generally speaking, I do believe that our city, our county, and our state, and certainly our country is a better place as a result of Peter Spencer.
The upgraded plaza has new benches and tables, trees, and other maintenance features, including new concrete pavers, lighting, and a rain garden. During the ceremony, 3rd District Councilmember Darius Brown joined the mayor in signing an ordinance reestablishing the Wilmington Civil Rights Commission.
I still see the need for us to attack the poverty programs. I still see the need for us to address civil rights. I still see the need for us to stand up against oppression and when people are being mistreated and treated wrong.
It ties together because there's a significance around civil rights, civil liberties, and equality for all. And so the real message of Peter Spencer is a message of inclusion. The message of the civil rights movement is a message of inclusion. Whether it's the American civil rights movement or the apartheid in South Africa or even other nationalities, whether it be Mexican or Japanese or Chinese, it's about inclusion. And so what we've done today is we've continued that message. The torch has been passed, the commission is reestablished so that we continue to show that our city is a city of unity, a city of opportunity, and a city of inclusion.
The Wilmington Civil Rights Commission will be charged with securing freedom from discrimination for all individuals within the city of Wilmington. Areas such as employment, housing, education, and credit will all be covered by the new anti-discrimination process. Nearly 100 students from the Brandywine, Newcastle County Vo-Tech, and Christina school districts joined Mayor Williams, city residents, and members of the Wilmington Police Department on a peace march through downtown. The group traveled up Market Street and gathered in Rodney Square in an effort to encourage young people to turn from violence and become part of the peace process.
The reason why we initiate this is because I think it's time for the police and the students to come together to show our community that, you know, we're tired of the violence and we want to stop it. We want to stop this cycle.
You are the future of this state, of this city, of this nation. Don't let anyone steal your dreams. Don't let anybody dictate to you because of where you come from, where you will wind up in life. If you listen to that, that's what you'll do. But if you stay focused, keep your mind straight, listen to good people who tell you good things and the right thing to do, your teachers, mentors, relatives, you will be successful. I guarantee you that.
Wilmington's Walnut Street YMCA has opened a new teen center to benefit the city's youth, featuring a meeting area, pool and ping pong tables, and a video gaming area. The center is open to teens every day. The new site even has its own cafe. Councilmember Darius Brown stressed the importance of giving young people an opportunity to engage in safe, fun activities and alternatives in the city.
It's going to take all of us working together to make sure that opportunity lives here in the city of Wilmington and that our kids have a bigger, better, and brighter future. So again, thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the investment you're making in the youth here in the 3rd Council District.
Councilmember Brown cut the ribbon, officially beginning 15 days of fun at the Teen Center, which included Zumba classes, photography seminars, and a dance. Visitors were also able to check out some of the other programs offered at the Y. Located on the corner of 10th and Walnut Streets, the focus of the Teen Center is on youths between the ages of 13 to 17 who are members of the YMCA. For more information about the programs available or about becoming a member, contact the Walnut Street YMCA at 302-472-YMCA. Wilmington City Council has approved a request from Mayor Dennis Williams to fund new crime-fighting technology. The ShotSpotter gunfire tracking system is cutting-edge technology which provides detailed information about gunfire incidents within seconds of a shot being fired.
The police department is really excited about getting this technology because it's going to reduce the response time for officers responding to calls for shots fired, and it's going to increase the amount of usable evidence that we can collect from a shooting scene. And the reason we can do this is because the system is a series of cameras that actually triangulates the location of where the shots are coming from. So for example, let's say we have a shooting incident that occurs in the 1500 block of West 4th Street. The second those shots go off, the sensors will alert officers in their police cars who can then immediately respond to that area. We're bypassing the dispatch system completely, which shaves a lot of time for our response time. It's also going to help us because a lot of times people don't call in shootings. As surprising as it sounds to the good people at home who might hear a shooting or see a crime and they call the police, a lot of people don't do that. And we know that happens because we'll have victims arrive at the hospitals and we'll have no advance warning. So by being able to know when and where these shooting incidents occur, hopefully we can be more successful in prosecuting them and locking up the bad guys, to put it simply.
Previously, the department had used a camera-based system with limited success.
The system has the capability of linking in with a camera system. However, right now the system that we're currently leasing is simply audio-based. And a lot of people might have questions about, well, wouldn't you rather have cameras working with those systems? Sure, in an ideal world we'd like to capture video as well as audio, but the fact that this system allows us to instantaneously respond to gunfire and allows us to pinpoint the exact location that the gunfire came from, and even allows us to detect which order and which type of guns were fired, that's a huge investigative tool that we're very excited about having.
The city will lease the new ShotSpotter audio-based technology using various federal, state, and city funds, totaling $415,000 for the next 3 years. In 2013, the city had a record 127 shooting incidents. While the unemployment rate in Delaware is hovering around 6%, which is below the national average, finding a job in the state can still be difficult. Recently, a number of employment fairs and career orientations were held in Wilmington to help the unemployed and underemployed find jobs. 6th District Councilwoman Sherry Dorsey Walker held a career orientation at Parkway Academy to help those interested in working with nonprofit organizations.
We partnered with Public Allies because what we desire to do is, yes, we've also talked to the Local 55 and we've had initiatives with them, but we also want to ensure that people in the community that may want to work in the nonprofit sector have that opportunity available to them. And that's what Public Allies does. What I'd like to see is people from the city really engaged and employed with Public Allies. Public Allies this year, part of their initiative is 40% of the aspirants, and those are people who desire to be Public Allies, they must come from challenged backgrounds. So we figure if we can get people from the city engaged and involved and working in the nonprofit sector, then maybe they'll desire to make a difference in their communities.
More than 2,000 people showed up at the Chase Center on the riverfront for a job fair hosted by the United States Senators Tom Carper and Chris Coons and U.S. Representative John Carney.
This is our 19th, and we'll keep having these job fairs until nobody shows up. That's the objective, obviously, to make sure that everybody's employed at a job that they're happy with and that gives them a reason to get up in the morning.
It is the 19th job fair hosted by the delegation since 2011. And although unemployment rates are falling, not everyone who wants a job has a job. Congressman Carney believes education and training are key.
One of the things that we've learned as we've had and sponsored these job fairs is there are plenty of job openings out there, but we don't have folks with the appropriate training for those opportunities. So there are representatives from educational programs, training programs that are here in the room today. As Chris said, there are workshops that will help you think about that and advancing your career. Take advantage of those, because that'll give you an opportunity to move up in your career.
More than 90 employers were on hand from businesses both large and small to assist attendees with their employment search. The soon-to-be completed Westin Wilmington Hotel, which adjoins the Chase Center, held its own job fair for individuals interested in working in the hospitality industry. Wilmington's 4th District Council Representative Hanifa Shabazz was encouraged by the turnout and believes the hotel could be a symbol for the city.
Based on the turnout, I mean, we have almost 300 to 400 people. The line is, you see the room is filled, and the line is all the way to the door, and people still coming. The best outcome would be is that the entire staffing would be local residents. So the Western Hotel would be a hotel that the City of Wilmington residents themselves can call their own, and that they could provide a great quality of service. And it'd also be a symbol to other businesses coming to Wilmington that Wilmington does have a good, qualified, and ready-to-work workforce.
The Westin Wilmington is a 180-room hotel, and it is scheduled to open this month. A few new businesses have recently moved downtown. Entree Donovan, an upscale women's clothing store, has relocated from the Hotel DuPont to nearby 222 Delaware Avenue. The shop offers custom and ready-to-wear clothing for women professionals at accessible prices. Entree Donovan offers clothing for petite, small, and plus-size women. At the store's grand opening, owner Linda Farquhar thanked Downtown Visions for helping her find the perfect location for her store.
It was Downtown Visions who helped us identify the site, and we're so excited to be here because we think it's the perfect location for us to serve the working women, the professional women in Wilmington. We wanted to be right where the women are who work, and so we're thrilled to be here.
And Zynga's Cultural Connection, which for 14 years had been located downtown on Market Street, has moved a few blocks, relocating to 113 West 9th Street. Owner Nzinga Debreck's goal is to connect city shoppers to the creative side of culture.
Well, Nzinga's is kind of like a one-stop shopping place. We're a family boutique that blends cultures. We sell clothing, jewelry, accessories, incense, oils, toiletries, fabrics, a little bit of everything. And we take care of many cultures. We specialize in authentic African clothing, but we also carry clothes from India, America, Indonesia, and other foreign countries.
And Zynga's Cultural Connection has been in business serving area residents for over 25 years. The shop's new location is in the heart of what's being called the city's 9th Street Fashion Village. The newly renovated Wilmington Library played host to the 8th annual Wilmington Chocolate Festival. Originally slated for Valentine's Day, the festival was delayed due to a snowstorm. But the event, which benefits the Friends of the Wilmington Library, was worth waiting for.
I think they had lots of fun because we're almost out of chocolate and it's not even 2 o'clock. So it seemed like everybody was having a great time. We ran out of chocolate. We had a huge group of students from Kumba Academy and some other schools. They were early risers. They were here early in the morning and they brought their $2 or $3 with them and bought lots of different tastes and chocolates. And taste tickets are 25 cents each. So I'm not surprised we ran out because it's the best bargain in town.
The annual event was all about the chocolate, including competitions for amateur and professional chefs alike, who submitted their best chocolate cookies, cakes, brownies, and candy for judging. From the looks of it, everyone was a winner. Governor Jack Markell joined Nevada's Governor Brian Sandoval in signing a multi-state internet gaming agreement that will eventually allow online poker players in the two states an opportunity to play against each other at the same virtual table. The deal between Delaware and Nevada is the first of its type in the nation. Both governors agreed to a framework that sets minimum regulatory standards for online poker gaming, but will allow each state to pursue the types of online gaming it desires, which for Delaware currently only includes virtual poker. Governor Markell said that he and Governor Sandoval share the goal of ensuring that the state's gaming industries are competitive, fair, honest, and secure. A memorial blood drive was held at the city's public safety building in memory of Kathy DeFelice, the late sister of Wilmington police officers Devin and Scott Jones.
The reason we're here is a memorial blood drive for my sister who passed away in January of this year. She passed away from complications of appendiceal cancer. One of the things we learned while she was in the hospital was just the need for blood and platelets because of the innovations in cancer treatments. While she was in the hospital, they actually ran out of blood and platelets of her type. So we just wanted to make people aware of the importance of donating blood and how you truly are saving a life when you do this endeavor.
Throughout the day, officers and others lined up to donate to a more than worthy cause.
Certainly it's an overwhelming response. I mean, you can't help but to feel good about it. You know, just the way my family is, and my sister especially, you know, we're very humble people, and you know, this is a very humbling experience, but it's definitely much appreciated.
To learn more about donating, visit the Blood Bank of Delmarva at www.delmarvablood.org. The 39th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade was held recently in Wilmington, and along with it, the traditional festive hoolie. Sponsored by the Irish Culture Club of Delaware, the holiday gives everyone a chance to go green. And Mother Nature must have been Irish, as the parade was held on one of the nicest days of a long winter, as the estimated crowd of 8,000 soaked up the sun. WITN was there to catch some of the sights and sounds of a Wilmington tradition, including painting King Street green. Thanks for watching.
There you go.